Hey, how's it going? Okay, I'm just trying to get things figured out. I have my software up and running, and I'm just trying to open the chat, and it's not working. So I'm trying to get this figured out, guys. Hang on one sec. Hang on. Just give me one sec here, guys. I'm just trying to get this. Hopefully this will be right. One sec. I think I have it here. Give me one sec. Please say it works. Okay. I'm just going to have to figure this out. All right. So, I just have to open my YouTube as well because I don't have this working for, give me one sec here. Give me one sec, guys. I'm trying to get it to work here. So how is everybody doing? It's been a minute since I was last live. Just give me one sec here. Let me close this window. Log in. Okay, let me just get logged in here. So hopefully everybody's doing well. Okay. While I'm waiting for that to open up, I am going to say hello to you all. Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, okay. I should have made sure this is working firsthand. Okay, give me one sec here. Okay, give me one sec here. I'm just getting it open. Oh, been a minute, been a minute, been a minute. Okay, so happy Friday. I managed to get on this week to do a live stream. Glad to be here. Hopefully this will log in now. Just wait for it to log in here. One sec, guys. Okay, this one's not working. We're going to close this one. Okay, so I have this working on my YouTube and as well as the Facebook one tonight. So I do have to have both open. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between the two because I can't get the other one to open right now. So yeah, so let me just go back and forth. I'm going to have to do two windows here. It's been a while since I've done my YouTube channel. The storm has, we got snow tonight, or yesterday night. Well, early this morning we got about this much snow, about a quarter of a foot. Oh, here we go. I've got it working. Okay. I might not have to open up a secondary window here. Please tell me that I don't have to. Okay, so it's loading. Woohoo! Please work, please work, please work. So I just want to let you guys know, I do have the loyalty stamps, and I do have them updated. Kim Johnston, you have, I think you're almost there. I think you have like one more donation to make, and then you get your free 30-minute reading with me. So let me know. Send me a message via my page to check in to see where you are for your loyalty stamps that I have updated. I do know, Kim, you've got, I think you have 5 and you need one more, and then you get your free 30-minute reading for your donations that you've made. So just to let you know, that's been updated. What else here? I need my chat open. Hang on one sec. I'm just opening the chat. Okay, open in browser. Okay, so for the ones people that have paid for readings or made donations for readings since the 1st of November, it's been saving. Each one that you make a donation, you get a little loyalty stamp. So you get like 6 of them. You make 6 donations, any amount, and you end up getting a stamp towards a free 30-minute reading for your time. So it's a way of giving back to you guys. So that's up and running. So check with me to see where you are. I know there's people that have like 1 or 2 stamps. That's, it still goes and applies towards the new one. I'm having a great new year. I had a bit of a skin flare-up over the last little while. So I've been kind of taking it easy, not trying to get too stressed out. So we're going to say hi to a few people here before we get started. We've got Sarah, Brandy. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. We have Chris and Becca. We have Maria Martin. Hi, welcome. You're new. I don't recognize the name, so you're obviously new to the live stream. Welcome. We have Kim. We have Tracy. How's it going, Tracy? We have Maria. We have Misty. Hello, hello. Selena. Annette, Renee, how are you doing? So we're just going to get started with our list, seeing as people are requesting readings already. So let's go back up to the top. You guys can't hear me? Can you hear me okay? I haven't been around. I've been, took some time off during the holidays. So I've been kind of taking it easy as far as doing readings over the holidays. I just kind of took a bit of a breather to get everything kind of caught up and moving forward. So any other announcements new for the new year? I'm going to try to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a possible extra live stream on the weekends. Still trying to stick to that schedule. I haven't been very successful so far in the beginning of the new year, but we're going to get more on top of that. So definitely be doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually about 5, between 4:30 and 5, as late as 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, because it is on night. During the week, I'm going to try to do it more like closer to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So the guys that are in the Eastern Standard Time zone, it'll be about 7:30 your time. It'll still remain to be about 4:30, 5 o'clock my time. So we're trying to keep it to that schedule. Selena, and I know that last time we had a bit of an issue because we had that storm that was hitting, and my internet just kind of went wonky, and then everything kind of shut down. Servers, I guess, overloaded or whatever, and it just froze. And I lost you guys, and I couldn't get it back up and going to connect to the server. So we kind of lost you guys last time. So I know, Selena, you were waiting for one last time, and I know that we didn't get a chance to get to you. I know that you guys we're waiting, and I apologize for that. But we had snow last night. We have a windstorm coming in, 70-kilometer winds again. Don't know when that's going to be arriving, but we're going to get it done. So Selena, and then Kim, you'll be next. I'm having a good year so far. Everything's going good. Jody, do you want to help me out tonight? Take care of the chat in Facebook, and then I can see for you guys on the YouTube side. I still have that up and running, so that will be fine. Let me just open that page and make sure everything's working on that end, and then we'll get started with some readings. Okay, so Renee, you want a reading as well, so we'll put Renee down. And Chris, we'll put you down, Chris, and Becca. Hello from Canada, eh? Oh, my thing says Happy November on the YouTube side. Happy November. Tell you how long it's been since I've done a live stream on my YouTube side. So hopefully we can get this going. Let me just open that one. I gotta change that. That's gotta go. Happy November. It's the new year. Happy New Year anyway, guys. Hopefully this is a better year than, we have a little bit more positive. Tell you how long it's been since I've done a live stream on my YouTube. The new year coming in. Let's see. So Tracy Jean Hughes. Hopefully we can get this going. Oh, okay. I know that I had a few people on the list from the last time. Bev White on the YouTube side. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I gotta change that. That's doing live readings. November. It's the new year. Happy New Year anyway, guys. Tonight. Let me just fix my window here, and we'll get that set up. So I have Bev White. No snow in Michigan. Oh, that sucks, because we're going to be having a lot of snow coming up. This is our snowy season coming up here. So we're going to get started with our smudge. Light the candle. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get Friday Night Live rolling, and let's have some fun. Let's enjoy and get some readings done. So we'll get our smudge done here quick. Ooh, and I got one here. Oh, I need my smudging feather. One sec, I forgot my feather. Hang on. One sec, guys. So, I have new cards coming in. I have past life ones and moonology that I've been doing some homework on that we'll be able to do, especially now coming into the new year. We can work with, the actual cycles of the moon for the new year. I'm still waiting for, I want to get the book as well. I have it on audio, but I've been kind of, listening to it over the last little while for getting prepared for when I get my moonology cards, which deals with moon energy, dealing with that all together, and we actually have cards to go along with it. So that's up and coming in the next, I would say they'll probably be here within a week and a half at the most. So we'll have that new. The True Black Tarot won't be here probably until the end of January, beginning of February. I'm going to be ordering that probably next week. So those ones are going to be coming in. They're an amazing deck. You guys are going to be totally loving it. You guys are just going to love it, love it, love it, love it. Hopefully I love that this is a better year than, we have a little bit more positive. So let me just get caught up here. We have, who else do we have? Heather Marie Miller on the YouTube side. I'm doing great. I know I've missed you guys too. I haven't been on the YouTube side since November, as it says, Happy November. So hopefully we can get back into moving and grooving. All right, so let's get that put over there. And we're going to get everything organized here. So I've got the Oracle cards. I'm going to try to do a little bit different style reading tonight. I want to kind of expand my horizons with my Oracle cards as well. while I'm doing the readings. So I have you guys, just see here, how can I make this stand up better? I need my phone standing. All right, so who do we have? We have so Heather Marie Miller on the and Bev White on the YouTube side. I don't have a moderator for the YouTube side. You guys shared the video. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Let's see. Jane Gertzen. Is that how you say it, Jane Gertzen? I can put you on the list. I usually do about 10 to 12 people prior to starting the readings. And once those 10 or 12 spots are taken, then I start doing readings. So I'll put you on the list, Jane. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else in the meantime. Hang on one sec. Darla Okafor. If you make a payment through PayPal, the link is in the description. Or maybe it's not. I gotta put that in, you guys. Give me one sec. I gotta put that in the description so that you guys can end up paying the PayPal link. So www. Okay. Okay, so the link is in the description box now. So if you go up to the description box, you'll see the link to make the payment through PayPal, and you go automatically to the top of the list. Your donation amount will get a loyalty stamp, which will go towards, you get 6 stamps, you get a free 30-minute reading with me after 6 stamps are collected. Each time you donate, you'll get a stamp. You know, so however much you donate will be based on your reading, which during my lives, it works out to like 50 cents a minute. So if you donate like $5, you'll get like a 10-minute reading. If you donate less than that, you'll get like, you know, based on, you know, 50 cents a minute kind of thing. So I give a good deal when I do my live streams so that you get a reasonable amount of time. For ones that end up paying more, I usually try to break it in half so that we're not taking up a lot of time. The other thing I need to open is my, my timers so that I don't get sidetracked, because I know last time I was getting quite sidetracked with doing readings and going a little bit longer for some people and shorter for others. So I want to kind of keep it balanced and fair for everybody. All right, so we'll start with Selena. You wanted a relationship reading, Selena. We're going to start with you. Give me one sec here, Selena. Let me just go back to my window here. Regina, you would love a reading too as well. Okay. It's in the description, Darla. I just put it in, so you might have to refresh the page for you to be able to see it. Just click on the description box and it will automatically take you to the PayPal. Sherry Williams, hello. Tara, Jane Gertzen. So I've got you on the list, Jane. Regina, I'll put you after Jane. So we're going to try to keep it to 5 minutes per reading for the free live. So we're going to get started with Selena. Okay, so Darla, I'm going to put you up. You'll be next, Darla, on the list. Seeing as you made a payment, you will be next. So Selena, can you give me your question, please, darling? Darla is paid. Okay, so let me write you down so I don't forget. There we go. So Darla, you'll be next in line. So Selena, you were asking for, I believe, a relationship reading. Are you still here, Selena? If Selena doesn't answer, then I'll go right to you, Darla. So it's going to go Selena, Kim, Renee, Chris and Becca, Jane, and Regina is what we have on the list so far. So we've got a couple spots open still for the list. And then Darla, you'll get a stamp tonight, Darla. If you haven't, I don't know if I have you already as, if you've made a donation since November 1st, but that will end up going towards, you'll get a stamp, and I keep a record of all of them. and I base it, you know, as receipt from the PayPal payment. So I always can refer back to make sure that I don't miss any of your stamps. Okay, so Selena's not answering. If she happens to come back, just let her know that I am, I called her and that we're going to move to the next person. So, let me add, oh, I went to add, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'm going to add something here so it's a little bit easier for everybody to see. And right below the window here, I'm actually going to have so we're going to do okay, so you'll see right below the window here, you'll see who I'm reading for. That'll keep it a little bit easier for you guys to be able to see that. So you know that I'm doing a reading for who. So Darla, did you have a question? What was your question, Darla? So each time I call a person, I'll put your name up, and then you'll know that it's your reading so that nobody gets confused. And if you guys resonate with some of the reading, or it applies to you, or you find that, you know, some of the information can kind of, you know, gives you a little bit of insight into your personal situation, by all means, you know, take it and run with it. You know, it's not selective just to one person. It's, you know, an overall, if it helps you or it helps the situation that maybe you're questioning about, by all means, you know, feel free to use the information to the best of your ability, or, you know, to your most convenient situation. So Darla, let's see what's going on for you, Miss Darla. Okay, so did you have a question, Darla? Are you having to make a decision right now, Darla, right now? What I got was, oh, thanks, Haley. Is there some decisions that are going on? Will you meet someone that will stay in your life, and when? Okay. I feel like you're kind of, you may also be blocking this coming forward for you. With the Two of Swords, it talks about decisions, blockages, stalemate, and truce. So I'm wondering if you've kind of hit a bump. This is definitely your energy with the Queen of Wands coming up as well. So there may be some decisions surrounding the situation. This could be decisions revolving around a relationship coming in, or deciding, you know, to actually go full force with, you know, seeking a love partner. Or there may be coming options where you're going to have to make a decision as to the direction you want to go with this. Or maybe there's some decisions that need to be made with this Two of Swords energy. With the Queen of Wands energy as well, this is definitely your energy. I feel that you're trying to draw someone towards you, that this person that you're trying to manifest into your life, I don't think you've really clearly thought out the type of person or the idea of the person that you want to currently come into your life. I think it's kind of at like a distance to the idea of who you want to come in. So I don't know if you've ever been told to, you know, kind of take the time now to kind of get the idea of this person that you're trying to manifest. Because I'm seeing this Three of Wands, but with his back facing me, I'm not seeing a direct connection to this person. And I think that it needs to take some time right now for you to kind of spend some time reflecting on what you're truly desiring or what you're truly wanting to bring forward from a relationship or the person that you're trying to bring into your life currently. okay? You know, there's something that you're yearning for. There's something that you're needing when it comes to relationships. So being more in touch with what you're truly desiring, right? You feel that everyone's playing games. So this is what, but I don't feel that this person that you're trying to manifest, you have a set kind of idea of a person that you're trying to bring towards you, or an idea of a mate that you would like to have. But I'm seeing that, you know, you're not really tuning into really having, you know, the sense of knowing that you want this person to be part of your life, okay? But you're spending time, you're actually looking and reflecting with this Queen of Pentacles energy as well. You see how she's kind of looking at, you know, the Pentacle, and she's kind of, you know, it's where she's kind of yearning for something, or she's reflecting on a situation or an idea coming forward. Because you go from the Queens of Wands to a Queen of Pentacles. So there is a transition that you're going to go through upon meeting this person that is going to bring you into a different energy. This person is going to bring a different kind of version of yourself out that you might be wanting to be more aware of. The qualities that they're going to bring out are going to be a transitional state. So this is going to be somebody that's going to either bring you into a different version of yourself that you didn't understand, or you weren't kind of really in touch with, if that makes sense. Will my ex Chidi and I ever have peace? He is filled with G. He's filled with guilt, or that, you know, like you're saying, you're asking about your ex. This could be you going through a transition of going away from that relationship into wanting into a new energy altogether. You know, walking away from the old version of yourself into a new kind of energy. You know, this could be because of the new year and new ideas, new version of yourself as well. He's a gamey individual. I think that, you know, it's up to you to, you know, put the safe boundary around surrounding that. You know, letting people test your limits and letting them push you and allowing them to play games, or, you know, kind of putting yourself out there for the games to be had, or the situations to kind of be presented. You know, I think there's got to be boundaries for you to be placed away from, you know, the past, and changing that kind of idea. You know, letting go of that old kind of belief system, or that old way of thinking that not everybody is out to play games with you. It's the perception or the idea, the insecurity that you're having internally that's kind of making you feel like everybody's playing games. Being really in tune to what you really want, because maybe you're kind of flip-flopping back and forth yourself. So maybe that's kind of coming out and being projected outwardly in, you know, your external area, as to, you know, there's being games played, because you're not sure of which direction you want to go in. So maybe there's kind of a reflection that's kind of externally being projected outwardly into your, you know, surrounding area, that, you know, you don't know which way or direction you want to go in. So, you know, what you're kind of projecting outwardly to other people is what you're seeing back, right? So maybe it's not that you're playing games, but you're not even sure what direction you want to head in. So really kind of fine-tuning the idea of what you want, the person that you ideally want to have come into your life, doing that checklist and saying, you know, I want a man that's, you know, X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C. And, you know, you're not going to get like 100% perfect partner. You're going to probably get like a 70% of what you're asking for and what you're wanting to bring into your life. And then you got that extra 30% to kind of play with and try to get to know, right? There's going to be a little bit of a dynamic. It's going to be like a mystery, right? Well, I definitely see, you know, you are blocking. So I would say that I see that there's going to be a resolution. There's going to be a dissolving of that relationship. This could be that energy that I'm seeing that's kind of upside down, because you're looking towards the future. And I'm seeing that this being in reverse, that this person that is kind of presently before this transition happens for you is somebody that is just not meant to be, is not meant to be part of, you know, your dynamic or your move forward, okay? It's time to kind of let that go. It's time to, kind of let them kind of be on their own and kind of let them figure out where they're headed or what they're wanting to do with their life. But time to kind of, release yourself from the relationship. This could be a transitional state for you. You could be transitioning into a new dynamic for the relationship. Let me just double check if this is an ending or if this is a situation. Okay, so this isn't going to end, like it's not going to be an ending, like a completion for this relationship coming forward. It's not going to be, over and done with. It's not going to be complete. Like you're still going to have communication. You're still going to have that, that connection. But the connection that you're going to have is you're going to be more defensive and just kind of keeping it at bay. You're going to be more reserved. You're going to be kind of reluctant to even enter into that energy with him. But let him kind of take on the battle, right? Let him be the center of whatever he's trying to create. He wants to be the center of it. Let him have that. You know what I mean? Let him kind of feel what it's like to have, be the center of the situation, right? Let him be the center of the situation. Let him kind of have everybody kind of coming at him and see what it's like, because we're having that in reverse, right? So he's not seeing that in that personal aspect for your relationship. It's time for him to kind of wake up and see, that he is the center of what the root problem is, okay? Because I feel that this is your energy where you're going to be defensive and the attacks that come against you, you're going to defend yourself towards it. But I feel at the same time that, you're going to be a little bit standoffish. You're not going to be wanting to be very cooperative. You're not going to want to be very, compassionate to the situation. You're going to be putting, your ground rules and your boundaries in place coming forward. But the connection is still going to remain. But I feel that this relationship, you are spending this time reflecting on this dynamic and truly, having to ask yourself, do you really want to stay as the old way, or do you want this newness to come in, or this time for you to kind of break away from being part of that kind of that dynamic altogether, if that makes sense. Until you put the boundary down and you shift your energy from a Queen of Wands energy into a Queen of Pentacle energy, take the time to reflect on it. Until you put this, draw the line in the sand and say, no, this is the boundary that you're not crossing anymore. And taking that kind of avenue towards not allowing him to kind of push you into a direction that you don't want to go in anymore. Standing on your own 2 feet, being strong and having the strength to stand up and saying, no, enough is enough. You can stay here and keep that distance. There's like, arm's length between you now. You know what I mean? And just kind of having that space to yourself, like getting your personal space back, from him, and taking your power, your energy, and your space back from him, instead of allowing him to kind of come in when he feels like it and take advantage of the personal space area. It's time to keep him at arm's length, okay? To get that space and that kind of that feeling of personal space back that you're lacking or that you're missing out on. You know what I mean? As far as he's concerned, I don't think that he wants it to end. I don't feel that he's, at a stage now where he wants the completion or the ending to happen. I think he's kind of too stuck in the way things are and too comfortable in it that I think he's not seeing the bigger picture. He's just seeing, the same thing, this, being stuck in that rut and just doing the same thing over and over again. Until you step back and actually step away from it and keep him at arm's length and get that personal space and that boundaries placed, that you're not going to see a change in him. But you have to take the stand against that and say, listen, I've had enough. I need my space. I need my, my area to be me again, and really taking that focus back onto you, right? So, until you put the boundary up or the wall up, it's going to continue. He's not going to, easily let go of being with you. He's not going to, until you actually step up and say, listen, enough is enough. It's like dealing with a child that's, pulling on your dress, and, they're just going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling until you get mad and say, listen, enough is enough. Leave me alone. And you actually have to stand your ground and just get very firm with them and say, listen, enough is enough. No. Use the word no. You know, learning to use the word no, right? He likes to throw the jabs and has been since I kicked him out. I should just sign the papers so I can move on accordingly. I think you would be your best bet, to tell you the truth, because I don't feel that, you know, anything is going to shift in that dynamic with him. He's going to stay the same way that he is now, and you're wanting to shift your energy and change into something different. You want something new, you know, so you're going from the Queen of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a transition that's happening for you. Whereas he's going to stay the way he is. He's not going to change. He's just going to be, you know, upheaval and, you know, there's nothing shifting for him. But for you, there is a shift coming. You know, once you break away from this, you're going to see a whole new person come to light. You're going to enjoy being that new person. You're going to have that new sense of self, you know, that value that you know that you have. You're going to be able to experience it and be grateful for it. The opportunities that are going to come forward for you are going to be blessings in disguise. You're going to be like more, you know, able to handle things. So I would definitely, you know, time to cut the ball and chain. You know, enough is enough, over and done with. Let's move on. Just go do your thing. I'm going to do mine. You know, we're just not, the timing right now for us to be together is just not happening. You know, you need to, you know, kind of figure out what you're doing with your life, get it, you know, in focus, find out what you're doing, grow up a little bit, you know, figure it out. And, you know, if you want to come and be friends later on, you know, maybe that's an opportunity that we can worry about later on. But at this point, I just need to focus on me, you know, 110%. You know, and that's not right. That's not right, darling. For him to, you know, be, you know, tormenting you or, you know, manipulating you into, you know, that sense of, you know, that teasing, you know, like it's just, he's joking your chain. He's not going to stop. You know, you have to say, no, you know, I'm not going to put up with this. You know, we are done. You know, you either sign the papers or you don't, but I'm not coming back. So get that through your head. You know, I don't care if you give me $1 million, I'm not coming back to you. You could sit there and tell me all this and, you know, end all be all. You know, you sign the papers or not, you know, that's fine. But, you know, I went through the same thing and experience, you know, when I went through my divorce, I didn't want to sign the divorce papers because I thought that there was still an opportunity that we could still figure things out. And it took me, you know, it took me a long time to let go of that relationship because I was married and I wasn't the type of person that was going to give up a marriage just because, right? So it took me a long time to come, you know, full circle and actually sign the papers. It was very hard because it was everything that I knew. Right, it was all that I knew for a marriage, and it took me 8 months to sign the papers to actually come to terms and realize that this is done. I'm not, you know, I'm not going through this no more. I'm not going to go through the mental abuse, the mental manipulation, or the power control. You know, I'll pull you this way, you pull that way. You know what I mean? The power and struggle, you know, that you're going through, it's not worth it. It's not. It's time to let him, you know, say you win. You know, I'm not changing my decision though. You know, you can sit there and play the games and play, you know, tic-tac-toe, but I'm always going to get the X and the O, you know, is going to be you, and I will end up winning every time. You know, like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. You know, so you know, he's just manipulating. He's trying to con you into, you know, keeping that, you know, dangle you by a thread. You know, dangle, you know, what you're truly desiring. He's just using it as manipulation, you know, as a reason to carry forward. So I would just say, you know, I'm not playing this game. Turn around, walk the other way, and just, you know, end it. And do your own thing. Let him know that you're really not reacting to him anymore. Take the reaction and focus it somewhere else. Don't focus it on him. Don't even give him the time of day anymore. You know, enough is enough. And he'll soon realize it's like a spoiled child, right? You know, sooner or later, the spoiled child's going to give up after they realize you're not paying any attention to them or giving them the, you know, the time of day. They will end up getting tired of you know, dancing for themselves. If nobody's watching, they're going to stop dancing. You know, so just think of him as a child, you know, that's being, you know, stubborn and spoiled and wants his way. you know, it's time for him to grow up and grab, you know, a set of balls, really, and be a man and really, you know, get his shit together, you know. You know what I mean? So, I would just say enough is enough. I'm not doing it no more. Don't dance with him. Don't, you know, don't do the dance that he's, you know, blowing his horn to. You know, the minute that you react, it's just like, you know, all over again. It's like, it just feeds it into more, so he's going to continue on. The minute you walk away and you just say, no, I'm not paying attention to you, he'll throw his tantrum, he'll throw a fit, he'll do whatever he can to keep your attention on him. And then when you stop paying attention, he's going to get bored, you know, because there's nothing, you know, you're not feeding it anymore, right? So enough is enough. You know, time for a little boy to grow up and go dance somewhere else. You know, go be spoiled somewhere else because you're not having any of it, right? So the minute you stop reacting to it or paying attention to it, you'll see the difference. He'll start being like, well, what's going on? He'll start being like, oh, well, she's not paying attention. Now what do I do? You know, he's gonna find all kinds of different ways to get you. You know, he's gonna, you know, milk it for what he can, you know, to keep your attention and focus on him, you know, and that's just, you know, it's beyond, you know, help, you know, let him go his own way. That's the only way that you're going to find peace, my girl. I would just cut it now, you know, because it's not going to, dynamic's not going to change. He's not going to grow up until, you know, you step away and completely disconnect from him. Is he going to realize that you're serious? You know, maybe that'll give him like a rude awakening that he's going to stop, you know, that you can say, hey, you know, a little bit too late now. You know, you should have done it when I asked you to. There could have been, you know, a possible chance that we could have reconciled later on when we had some time away from each other to kind of get our bearings again. You know what I mean? But at this point, I don't see it ever happening. You know, you're kind of set in your situation now. Right? Okay, Darla? So I wish you all the best. If you need anything, by all means, feel free to get in touch with me. He told me he's going to marry back home, so he is ready to give me my divorce. Then let him. If that's what he's playing the head game with you, he wants you to feel jealous that you're, you know, he doesn't need you, but, you know, he's still trying to drag you along. You know, say, good, I wish you all the best, and be gone with you. You know, I wish you all the best in your next relationship. I wish you, you know, happiness. I hope that, you know, it works out better for you. Maybe this person is better suited for you, you know, but we're just not meant to be right now. You know, we're not meant to be in a relationship. It's time for you to go find someone else. By all means, you know, I wish you all the best and happy hunting, and wish you, you know, a safe and happy journey. And that's all you can do. You know, wish them the best in the long run, right? All right. Okay, so next is Kim. You're very welcome, Darla. Anytime. Like, take your power back, girl. Take it back and stand your ground with it. You know, it's just a spoiled child, you know, trying to get his way and, you know, trying to make you feel guilty and everything else, the head games, you can live without. You know, just stand your ground and just ignore it. Just turn your back to it and just say, you know, you had your opportunity, you took advantage of it, you know, there's no hope. There's not even an inkling of even a desire to want to be with you anymore, because it's like being with a child. You know, I'm not here to raise another child. I'm not here to be a mother figure. I'm not here to, you know, hold your hand through life. Like, man up and carry your own two balls. I'm not carrying them for you anymore. You know what I mean? You know, carry your own balls. You know, to be, you know, blunt and to the point, you know, kind of thing. I'm very blunt and straightforward when I speak, so, you know, anybody that can't handle that, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it goes. Okay, so, we have Kim next. We don't have any other donations coming in. Okay, so who do we have in the YouTube side of things? I haven't checked my messages on the YouTube side. Give me a sec here. Kim. So you're moving to Adelaide at the end of the year, if not before, near the man I love. Is all going to go well. I'm very excited. Thank you. Kim, how are things going? Let's see what's going on for you, Kim. What is going on with this move, with this relationship? You should be excited. I think you should be. And, you know, it's bringing in new opportunities in. It's bringing something new, you know, and exciting. It's like, you know, it's like something new and you know, and real. You know what I mean? It's coming forward. So let's see what's going on for you, Kim. All right, let me get my timer started here for these guys. So, Kim, what's going on with this new move with this man? What are the messages? Oh, and I forgot to give Darla. Can I just give me a sec, Kim? I just have to pull an oracle card for Darla here. I forgot about Darla's oracle card. Darla's oracle card, please, Spirit. What is the messages for Darla for the oracle? What is the personal message for Darla? What is the personal message? What is the personal message for Darla? Okay. Serendipity and serendipity. So, serendipity. Okay, so your card, Darla, that I have for you is the Serendipity card. And over the coming days, pay attention to the little synchronicities that are going to be happening for you. Let me just pause this for a sec here. One sec. The Serendipity card. So pay attention to the little synchronicities that are going to be happening for you over the next few days that stem from unexpected events. A life-changing event or inspiration will soon reveal itself, perhaps when you least expect it in the most unlikely place. Though this event, you gain a deeper awareness of the spiritual reality that surrounds you. The results in the heightened sensitivity, and you realize that you are being spiritually guided towards new and rewarding experiences. A serendipitous event leads you to new creative possibilities and positive opportunities. New friendships are formed and many blessings coming your way. Okay? So that kind of fits with what you're going through, you know. So know that, you know, what is closing out now is bringing in new energy for you in the coming while. And just to focus your energy towards that and keep moving forward. So that is for Darla. So let's get back to you now, Kim. Kim, what is going on? I'm so happy for you. Your new adventure. You can't wait for it fast enough to come, though, right? You want it to come faster. So stop worrying. Stop having, you know, the worriness, okay? We've got the Ten of Swords. So you spend a lot of time worrying. You don't need to worry anymore. You know, stop putting yourself through that agonizing, you know, worry or, you know, those thoughts of unsure or the uneasiness of worry or, you know, stress or any of that stuff. Don't worry about that now, okay? Don't, you know, don't manifest any energy or tie yourself to the energy anymore. There's nothing for you to worry about. Everything is moving in the direction that it needs to be moving in, okay? You won't be suffering a heartbreak, okay? So you definitely are moving in a more positive direction. You're not going to have the Three of Swords energy interrupting you. The other thing is you might need to take some time for you to get you feeling the bow and chicka bow wow, okay? So taking some time for your personal self and making, you know, reconnecting with yourself and really taking time for you. Because I feel that, you know, you've kind of put yourself kind of on second place when it comes to anything now. You know, you're keeping this at the forefront of your mind. You're keeping it there at number one, whereas you're putting yourself second. So don't forget to always remember yourself or put yourself in the state of, you know, remembering that you value and that you're important as well. You know, so don't forget about you. Don't sidetrack yourself or sideline yourself or your energy or your time. Remember to always take time for you and keep that also, you know, on the main burner as well. All right, so you're balancing both of them. because you're neglecting yourself. You're putting this all your energy into this new relationship, which is great, but also don't forget about you. You know, stay in touch with you. Take time to focus on you and really draw on your own energy and remember what it's like to be Kim. Okay? The other messages for you, Kim, is your knight in shining armor. You know, you're not, you know, and this is again, you know, taking time for you, making sure that you have time for yourself. You know, he's coming in strong. Like, he's the knight in shining armor. He's going to be coming in strong. He's going to be, you know, he's going to be that knight to come and save the day. He's going to rescue the queen, you know, make everything right. Okay, so you have a very good energy, a very good connection with this person, but you're forgetting about you. You know, like you're always wondering if, you know, you have placement, or maybe this is insecurities that you have when it comes to yourself, and you know, you don't want to kind of put yourself out front and, you know, have things happening for you, right? You're just kind of always doing for others and forgetting about you. So this is reiterating to make sure that you're focusing your time and don't forget about you. Okay, this is another thing. And it keeps reiterating it. Like, we got the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords. You know, I always call the Nine of Pentacles the Bow Cheeky Bow Wow card. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of, like, you know, that grace and that elegance that you deserve to have, and that value, you know, that queen on a pedestal. You know, so taking time for you and really, you know, showing and taking your worth and putting it into, you know, placement. You know, you have a place here. You have a reason to be here. You have a reason to show yourself. To value yourself, to experience this all for yourself too, right? You become number one as well, and not to forget that, right? The World cards. So this is going to be, you know, everything is the world. This is like, you're holding on to this. This is like everything in a nutshell for you. Like, this couldn't come at a better time for you. You know, this completion. You know, and then you have him turning into a King of Wands energy. So he's definitely going to follow suit. He's going to end up going from a knight to a king. So he is moving forward in a very good, successful way. But you're having your insecurities might be, you know, things that you might have to work on, like feeling like you're not, you know, some of those insecurities that you have when it comes to relationships. It's time to reflect on them and take the time to kind of put them to rest. Okay, because I don't feel that this person is going to be creating that insecurity for you. You know, there's definitely going to be, there could be another person from his side that, you know, is very important to him, that is going to maybe step forward and kind of, you know, it's almost like his best buddy or somebody that, you know, is kind of like testing you to make sure that you're the right person for him. So almost like a, you know, a best friend that's kind of looking out for him to make sure that everything is on the up and up for him, like almost like a little protector, like a big brother kind of thing, for him, that he has in his life, that, you know, he takes a lot of pride and he values the opinion of this person. So you may be feeling a little bit unsure and kind of like, what's going on, like why is this person kind of, you know, looking at me strangely, or they're just trying to gauge you and kind of make sure that you're not up to anything, you know what I mean? So they're looking out for this person. So they may present themselves, the person that is like a big brother, like that protector of, you know, to make sure nothing happens to him, you know, that he's in a good relationship, that this person he's getting involved with is good. This could be due to past relationships that he's had, that he's been hurt in and, you know, kind of taken advantage of, or, you know, has been hurt in past relationships. So he has this, you know, best friend that's kind of looking out for him. So just be aware of that. That would be his mom or sister. Okay, so, you know, however that presents itself, just be, you know, just be you. Just be original. Just be, you know, keep it real. You know, don't try to put any fakeness into anything, or try to, you know, overextend yourself, or try to overdo anything. You know, don't try to, you know, go over the top with anything. Just be relaxed, be calm, just be relaxed and chill. You know, they're going to end up warming up to you more easier that way, you know, where you're not trying to impress or over impress. You know what I mean? Just be you, and just show that you value the relationship, and everything is kind of, you know, what you truly are wanting. Okay? So you have a lot of good things coming forward with this relationship. I think you have a good direction to be heading in. Your path is beginning. There's not really a whole lot that you have to manifest with this. This is going to be a very simple, very, straightforward relationship. But this is your new journey. Okay, so you got the Fool card here as well. But there's not going to be a lot of manifestation that's going to have to be done, because it's basically, it's going to be, pretty straightforward. It's not going to have to take too much work, but just keep it in check, kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Allow the seeds to be planted. You're going to have to wait to see the harvest. But, you're planting the seeds now to have a good harvest. Make sure you're nurturing those seeds that you're planting and wanting it to kind of come into a very useful, crop or the abundance that you're looking for. Make sure you're putting the right seeds in to get that, what you want out, at the end, when you're moving forward. Okay. Dana, Joe Underwood. Yes, I can put you on the list. So Selena never came back. Okay. So we have Kim. I'm just going to double check on my YouTube side here, guys. I don't know who's on the YouTube side. Give me one sec here. Okay. Give me one sec here. So Dana, I'll put you on the list. You'll be after Regina. Okay, Kim. So I think you're moving in a good direction. Keep it moving forward. Don't get caught up in any of the drama. Don't get your insecurities, when they're coming up, or you have some insecurities come up, or you're questioning something. Look as to why you're questioning it. What is that kind of tied to? Is it an insecurity? Is it a feeling of, something that's happened to you in a past relationship that's kind of rearing its head that you haven't kind of dealt with or kind of understood as to why it's coming forward? So Renee, and just being, really focused on, the direction that you're heading in, and, being well aware of, your emotional state, your mental state, and keep it moving forward and positive. And I think you'll be very, very happy with the result that you get from it. Okay? You're very welcome, Kim. Anytime. So Lynn, hi. So Renee, where are you, Renee? Renee. And then we have Renee, and then we have Chris and Becca, Jane, Regina, and Dana. Lynn Johnson, how are you doing? Oh, my skin is acting up here, guys, so bear with me. So we'll try to get this, reset that one. Okay, so Renee, we'll try to keep this to 5 minutes per reading here so we can get through everybody as possible here. Happy Friday to you guys. Welcome to the live stream. If you're new here, we have options for you to be able to jump the line. You can make a donation through my PayPal account, and you'll end up skipping the line, so you'll be like priority placement. You'll get VIP service for whatever amount of donation that you would like to make through PayPal, and it'll automatically bump you up the line. You won't have to wait, because right now, Dana, your waiting is about 5, 10, 20 minutes right now, Dana, for your reading. So it's not too long of a wait. Usually it's longer. We're moving along pretty good for time here, so we're okay. So Renee, are you here? So Renee is not answering. So Lynn, did you want me to add you to the list as well while I'm waiting for Renee? Oh, he's your ex. Okay, Kim. Well, there you go. So you're moving in a good direction. You're coming back to that union where it's a little bit more balanced and more, open to, the movement of positivity. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and we'll keep in touch. Definitely keep in touch on that. We'll keep posted on that. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you that you can come back together now and at a time that's more fitted for you guys to kind of come together. That is so cool. I'm so happy that reconciliation's happening. Renee. Renee's not here. Okay, so Kim's done. Renee's not answering. So Chris and Becca. Okay, so Lynn will add you to the list after Dana. So Chris. Oh, hang on one sec. Oh. Chris and Becca. Chris and Becca here. Chris and Becca going once, going twice, going 3 times. So Chris and Becca, nobody's answering. Okay, so Chris and Becca's not here. All right, so next on the list is, okay. So if you guys hear music in the background, don't worry. It's just my neighbors. So we have Jane. Are you here, Jane? Jane? Okay, so we have Maxine as well commented. Let me just double check my comments here as well, because sometimes sometimes people don't get the live stream. Okay, so let me go back. Jane, I'm not sure how to make it a question. It's about my daughter and if I will get my car and phone back or what I need to know. Yeah, there's a bit of a, I think there's like about a 20-second delay between when I asked you guys to, when I paid you guys or to come to the front of the line. I think there's a 20-second delay between, you know, what you guys are seeing and where I am. So I ought to remember that. I forget it. So Jane, give me 1 sec. I need to plug my phone in here. Hang on. Just need to grab my charger, otherwise my phone's gonna die here. 1 sec, 1 sec, 1 sec. Let's get this plugged in. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so you want to know, you want to know how to make it a question. It's about your daughter and if you'll get your car and phone back or what you need to know. So you want to know about a car, your car and a phone. Okay. One sec here. Let me just close the window here. Every time I plug my phone in my computer, it goes and opens up the media center, and I'm just trying to close it here. Just give me 1 sec here. So let me get this straight. So this, your daughter has taken your car and a phone. Is what you're wanting to know about? Is that right, Jane? Is what you're asking about? You're wondering if you'll get it back. Okay, so let me just ask you a question, because it's almost like I'm feeling like I'm dealing with a Gemini energy. She's not a Gemini by chance, is she? Or a twin? Or she has, you know, she's one way, but then she acts another way. You know, like she's like very, a double standard, or like a double, you know, like she comes across one way, but really she's trying to be a certain way. I wonder if she's like a twin energy that I'm kind of picking up here. Like she's like, what she projects really isn't her intent, or she doesn't have, you know, what she's putting out is not really what has the intention of doing. But she'll come outwardly and project it towards a person. So she'll make empty promises. She'll make statements or comments that are one way, and then she reacts a different way. Okay, Pisces. Okay, so the two fish. Yeah, so it's like the double, you know, it's like the double. Okay. So she runs around in circles. She does the circle thing. She'll, you know, she'll do one thing, then she'll chase that, and then she'll become something else, but still with the same intent. But, you know, run circles around people or about things. Okay. I was just wondering about that. Split. Okay. Let me see here. What else am I picking up here for you? I'm kind of getting that, you know, she will, but then she's just kind of, I don't know if I want to now. You know what I mean? Like she'll be like, oh yeah, sure, and then she'll get like, the follow through won't happen. Okay, and I think that is just the way she is, and that, you know, to use that in like a very general kind of sense, to the point of, you know, she has intent, but then she kind of like gets sidetracked, and it's like, well, really, I don't want to do it, but I'll just say it just to, you know, appease the person. But, you know, she knows underlyingly that she's not going to follow through with it. She's not going to do as she says. She's not going to, you know, she'll make a promise of, you know, returning the car, and then she's like, well, no, I need it for longer, you know, so I'm just going to keep it. You know, like the underlying intent is not what she's saying, is what I'm getting. Split, yes. So I guess overall, just without even pulling cards here, I would say that, you know, there's a sense to her that, not that she's lying, but, you know, she'll say things, but, you know, she's not really even meaning that. You know, she's not going to follow through. She's just saying it to kind of, you know, get it so it kind of goes away. You know, like she doesn't have to deal with it. She neglects it, or she, you know, just to kind of, you know, how do you say, I think you get what I'm saying, right? I think you're getting the idea that, you know, she's like, yes, you know, I'll just say what they want to hear, you know, get it, you know, so I don't have to deal with it. It's not my face, you know, I'll just kind of milk it for whatever I can, you know, just tell them what they want to hear, and then, you know, change the whole idea, you know, like having that whole agreement thrown up in the air. You know, it's not going to be an easy battle with her. It's going to be a struggle. What else am I picking up for you? I think with you know, setting some ground rules for yourself of what you're going to allow, you know, if you know that she's going to behave this way, or she's going to respond in this fashion, then you need to know ahead of time that, you know, that what she's saying is, you know, is just going to be like spaghetti through a strainer. You know, it's water going through a strainer. It's not going to hold, you know, it's not, you know, something that's going to be of of substance. It's just like, pouring noodles into a pot that's got holes in it. The water's going to go right through. So you're already pre-anticipating the end result. You already know that it's not going to be, a pot of noodles in water. It's going to be just noodles in the pot, because everything else just kind of falls through. So if you walk into it with the intent of saying, no, I'm not, this has gone on too long. This is not going to end up being the way that you think it's going to be, because this is my vehicle, this is my phone, these are my responsibilities, this is under my name, this is my responsibility. If anything happens, it's under my name. If you were to get into an accident, it's not your insurance. This is lying on you. There's a liability here. So really looking at that and saying, do you really want, something to happen in her care? If it's not insured for her to be able to drive it, she shouldn't have it. Okay, it's time to take it back and do whatever you have to do to go and repossess it, or, commandeer it from her. If you have to go and even have like a tow truck company go and pick it up and bring it back to your place, and then you have it in your possession. You know what I mean? You're going to have to step it up a bit and take control of the situation and really put your foot down with her. Because I don't think that, I think she's going to run with it as far as she can. She's going to keep running and taking advantage of the situation because she can. She knows how to manipulate it to her benefit. So until you decide to say no more, or you decide to, take control of the situation and be the adult, and she's the child, she's your child, and that's the way the relationship is, instead of her kind of running the roost, you're not going to ever be satisfied with the end result. So I would say, get a repo company involved. If you have to, go and get them to repo the vehicle. They can pick it up at any time. You can see how, they go about it. They can go anywhere and pick it up. And, is it a leased vehicle? Like, are you making payments on it or anything like that? She doesn't stay in one place. I would find out where she's staying, and the minute you know, don't tell her you're coming for it. Don't give her even a clue or an inkling that you're coming for it. Hit her when she's sleeping. Like if she's staying at a friend's place and you know where she's staying, the vehicle's there and you've seen it there, stay with the vehicle, call a tow truck, have them come pick it up, and do it in the wee hours of the morning when you think it should be sleeping. You know what I mean? Catch it when, she's least expecting it. It might take, a tow truck to come and pick it up, put it on a flat deck, whatever, and just put it back in your possession, or you report your car stolen. And the minute she's caught in it, that's what happens for not, the other shoe finally has to drop. There's unfortunately tough love. Is the only way that you're going to see your vehicle in one piece, I think. So take the initiative, say, you've given me no other option, and the police can pull her over in it. They'll put an APB out on it, and, she'll have to take the consequences for not, adhering to her things. It's owned. Okay, drugs involved. Cops say, go get it. She doesn't stay in one place. I would report it stolen. Tough love. You don't want to return my vehicle. I consider it stolen. You're not adhering to the rules. You're not being responsible with it, and I'm not taking the liability. If she's high or is under the influence and she gets into an accident or kills somebody, it's your ass on the line. It's not, your vehicle is in your name. So you have to, or she goes and does a robbery or something for drugs, it's your vehicle that's, at the scene of the crime. You're just as much liable if anything goes down. You're kind of a hole in a rock and a hard place. Your responsibility that lies there, right? RCMP, or are you a Canadian? You're Canadian. Okay, that makes a difference because I'm Canadian too. You wouldn't have to be SOL. You report your car stolen, regardless. Whether it be your daughter or your cousin or your husband, your car is owned by you. It's in your name, and you report it stolen. Simple as that. You don't wait to talk to an officer. Say, I would like to report my vehicle stolen. When was the last time you saw it? My daughter took off with it. On the last day I saw it was on whatever day. You didn't know that she was gonna not return it. She hasn't returned it yet, and I'm reporting it stolen. They cannot deny you that fact. Where are you located, Jane? Just out of curiosity, what area? Are you like East Coast, West Coast, Central Prairies? RCMP cannot tell you that you're SOL because your daughter's stolen your vehicle. You have not given her permission to have it. You loaned it to her for a day. She didn't return it. It's considered stolen. They can't stop you. I would just phone in and say, my daughter has not returned my vehicle. She's not anywhere to be found, and I want to put my vehicle as, stolen. And, the repercussions of her having to be responsible to return it, then she should have thought of that. And unfortunately, she's going to have to pay the consequences for not returning it. It's tough love. She has to have, that kind of situation kind of smack dab. You should have listened. I'm not going to play this game with you. I'm not playing games no more. I'm serious. You know what I mean? Stand your ground. Especially if she's under the influence of drugs, she ends up getting into an accident, ends up, running head on into somebody because she's all out of it. She's not only going to have, stolen vehicle charges against her, but she could end up with manslaughter charges or, causing, severe injuries to someone, paralyzing them or anything, and that's your vehicle that, is at the hand of, a clueless, unknowing situation. Manitoba. If I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't take any chances with it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even give her the the benefit of the doubt and say, I'm done. Say, there's too much of a liability for you. You don't want that hanging over your head. It's protecting her in the long run as well. She's not going to end up getting into an accident or harming anybody. Being behind a vehicle, that's, something that you really have to say you're protecting her from causing any harm. You're protecting your vehicle. You know that it's going to be safe and sound. The least of her worries is that she'll have, a record for a stolen vehicle. But at least it's not murder or, vehicle homicide or, what I mean? Like, it could be a lot more serious than just a stolen vehicle charge. You know what I mean? And that she's going to have to account for. She's going to have to answer to. It could be a lot worse. So I definitely would just report it stolen. Just say, no, I'm reporting my vehicle stolen. And don't stop until they actually do it. Because you can. It's your vehicle. You can do it, if it was your cousin driving it and you loaned it to them and they refused to return it, it's considered stolen. They're refusing to return property that belongs to you. It's stolen. So I would take that avenue. I wouldn't chance it. I would just phone in and say I want to report my vehicle stolen. And when was the last time you saw it? I loaned it to my daughter. She refuses to return it in the time allotted that I gave her to return it in, and she's refusing. She's on the run with it, right? And that's all you have to say to them. You want it stolen. Report it stolen. And that's all you have to say. Don't give them any excuses or tell them any timeline other than you want it reported stolen. Don't give them any other information that they don't need to know kind of basis. All they need to know is that it's your vehicle, it's been stolen, who is last seen driving it was your daughter, you haven't seen it since, and you want to know where it is. You know, that's all you need to tell them. And, you know, hopefully she's not caught behind the wheel. You know what I mean? For her sake, you know. So I would definitely move in that direction before something, you know, comes out of it that you don't even have a vehicle. She writes it off or hits a pole. You know, you're out of vehicle. You know, so don't take any chances with it. I would deal with it ASAP and just report it stolen and say, no, I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it. You know, I'm still waiting on it. You know, the person said they were going to return it. They never did. You know, and that's why you need to tell them. Don't tell them any more than they need to know. Give them the license plate. You know, you've got your insurance. You know, it's under your name. You're the owner of the vehicle. You have the right to have that vehicle recovered. Don't sit on it. Just tell them you want your vehicle recovered. It's been stolen. You don't know who's driving it. You don't know who has possession of it. You know, your daughter was the last one seen driving it. You don't know who's driving it now. You know, she's under, you know, you don't know who's in control of it. You don't want to have any accident happening. You know, you don't want to be held responsible for anything or liable for anything. You want your vehicle recovered. It's your vehicle. They can't stop you from not having your vehicle. And if they tell you you're SOL, tell them, kiss my ass, I'm not SOL. But you will be out of a SOL, out of a job if I don't get my vehicle back. I will file a complaint with their supervisor. You will file a complaint with the ombudsman saying that they're not handling your case. And see how quickly they will get their tune right and say, hey, okay, we're going to deal with it. You know what I mean? There's routes that you can take if you're not getting the service that you think that you should be getting from the RCMP or the city police. You can take it to a higher judiciary, what they call an ombudsman, and they can handle it for you. Or you can take it to the chief of police. You can take it to the commissioner of police and get him to kind of look over it. You can go above and beyond, above their head, and talk to their commander. You can talk to the commissioner of RCMP. You can, you know, like you don't just stop at them telling you no, you can't. You know, they just don't want to do their job. They just don't want another file to have to deal with, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So don't stop. Just say, I'll take it, you know, to your commanding officer, and you want your sergeant's name, and you want to have his contact information and the badge number of the officer that refuses to do it. Go to the commissioner, go to, you know, his sergeant, above his head if you have to, until it gets resolved. Don't stop. Enough is enough. Do your job, or, you know, you're filing a complaint. You know, stand your ground. You know, don't give up on it. But because I don't think that you are going to see, you know, what you're gonna want from that, and you may not even end up having a vehicle if you continue to allow this to go on. You know, that's your paid for vehicle that you've invested your money into, that you should have it, you know, in your possession. And it's not in your possession, it's stolen. It's no longer in your possession, and you want it recovered. You know what I mean? So definitely go out and get that done. Because I don't see it, you know, the end result being a very, you know, productive one on that note, you know, from what you've told me. If you message me on my page, Mr. Corrigal 333 Tarot, message me on my page, and I can look up the number for the commissioner of RCMP for you as well. It's easy. It's an easy route to go. Because the ombudsman might take a bit, but you can go, you know, to their commander, chief, the commissioner of the RCMP. You can go to the liaison officer for the RCMP to deal with it and say you're not getting, you know, it dealt with, and you just want your vehicle back. You know, it's stolen. do your job. You don't know who is in possession of it. You know, the last time you saw it was your daughter was driving it, but you don't know who she's hanging out with, who's got, you know, access to this vehicle, and you don't know what they're doing with it. You know, they could be doing robberies, you know, and you don't want to have anything of that nature tied to, you know, your person. You know what I mean? So hopefully that helps. If you need anything, just by all means message me and I can point you in the right direction. Right? But you will get, you know, if you leave it up to me, I would phone them. I'll phone them on your behalf if I have to, and I'll get it done. I will talk to them professionally and get, you know, the result done. You know, I'll do a three-way call with you if I have to, you know, to get it, the result happening, because, you know, I do know how to talk to people to get results. Believe it or not, I've had to deal with them a many a time before. You know, so I'd be happy to help you out. No problem at all. Free of charge. Free of charge. I wouldn't ask for anything in return. All right, Jane? Okay, so Regina. Let me just switch this now. Hang on. Hey, Sophia. How you doing? And then it'll be Dana and then Lynn. How are you doing, Sophia? Sophia! Regina? Regina and then Dana and then Lynn. Ooh. Oh, my phone's doing this again. Hang on one sec. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Let me just refresh the page here. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. One wrong. Sorry about that. So Regina, what was your question? You're awesome. It was the advice about Henry to carry. Oh, that's no problem, Jane. Not a problem at all. Glad I could help. Sometimes we just need that little bit of pep talk. It makes it a little bit easier. Let me see here what's going on. Close this. I don't know if that's affecting it. Don't know what's affecting it right now. See if that helps. Okay, so Regina, you there? I got your friend request, Jane. I'll deal with that as soon as I'm done. So Regina, what was your question? I'm just trying to... adjust the settings here. Give me one sec here. Just up it a bit here. Does that help? Like a reading about job healing from the loss of husband, and is he okay? He passed. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on here. Hopefully that helped out with the stream. Oh. Hang on one sec here. Every time I move my phone, it I got your friend request, Jane. I'll deal with that as soon as I'm done. Meeting my job situation, healing from losing my husband, and is okay. Okay, so what we can do is we'll take a look at it. Let me just let me close this, see if that's taking out resources here. Something's taking out my resources, so I'm just gonna close a few things here. See if that helps out. Does that help? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? See if that helps. Okay. Does that help? So that might be a freeze frame. So if you're looking at the frame and it's frozen, don't worry about it. I'm still here. I'm just trying to adjust this so that it's a little bit, give me one sec here. Just give me one sec, Regina. Let me just increase this a bit and see if that helps. Okay, so that might help a bit. Let me know if that's a little bit better. Okay. Okay. So you want a part mediumship with your husband. Okay. Meanwhile, your job situation. So let's take a look at your job situation first, Regina. Let's take a look at the job. Let's see what's going on with your job situation. So that might be a freeze frame. So if you're looking at the 3 minutes, so don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. So you're going through a lot right now. Just give me one second, Regina. I think what we might take a look at first, though, is your partner, your relationship with your partner that you have that you're struggling with right now. The biggest thing that you're having, you're feeling, you're feeling victorless, or you're not feeling victorious over this situation right now. You know, like he was your everything. He was, you know, he would always be there, very supportive. He was a very supportive partner. You know, like a knight in shining armor, like that bond that you had together. You really could really rely on him and count on him. You knew that he was always going to be there. And I think what you're having the hard enough time right now is dealing with that kind of, you know, not having that extra support that you had when he was alive. So let you know that he is doing fine. You know, he's still there. He still wants to offer you guidance and support. You know, just he's just not in a physical dimensional space right now. But know that, you know, he's still offering you that support and giving you that strength and that energy to carry forward. You know, he wouldn't want you to stop not moving forward and just kind of let everything kind of stop because he's no longer here in the physical experience with you. It's time to, you know, draw on that energy that you know that, just think of him as being in another city or another town, you know, that, you know, you just don't have the physical access to. You know what I mean? And still carry that energy that he's still there. Okay, he's not disappeared. His energy is still around you. He's still, you know, the residual energy that's still going to be carried through is still going to be there that you can draw on. You know, having that strength to get through that missing that void, or filling that void with something. It's not that you have to fill it with something. It's that you have to take it into a different kind of frame of mind, a different kind of feeling, a different kind of support. You know, it's like, how would you say? That's where you're having the biggest struggle, is, you know, being on that finish line together and doing everything together, that, you know, it's that emptiness that you're feeling, that disconnection that you're not having with him on a physical level. But that memory that you're mourning, the physical, you don't have to mourn that physical shell of a person anymore. That part is over. But the energy wise, he's still, you know, very much, you know, in spirit. He's very much supportive. He's, you know, in just a different dimension in time and space. Okay. The energy still is carried forward. You know, like you two were inseparable. You did everything. Like, whatever you chose to do together, it's an adjustment now. You're going to have to go through that adjustment of not having that physical support that, you know, maybe you're feeling a little bit uneasy about. But know that you have the strength to pull yourself through. You have his energy to draw on. You know, you have the memories to keep alive. You have, you know, all those moments that you had together when he was physically here that you can draw strength from. You know, by no means is he suffering anymore. He's not going through any, you know, struggles, or, you know, but he wants you not to have struggles, right? For you not to be, you know, and I'm getting these new cards coming in and I could really use them right now. They're talking to heaven cards, and they really are, you know, a lot of positive, you know, reinforcing messages that you need to hear at this time. You know, it's never easy to lose someone. It's never easy to have that ending, you know, of something, or something to be gone, but I think it's more that you're trying to find something to kind of hold on to. But you do get to hold on to it. You know, you hold on to it for everything that it's worth. You keep the memories alive. You keep every moment that you had together. You cherish them. You just have to let that whole dynamic change now from a physical to a spiritual, an energy connection. Okay? Oh, he overdosed, and I was the person always there for him. But um, you can't carry the guilt, or that sense of, I wish I could have been there quicker. I wish I could have done this. Don't put yourself into that kind of frame of mind where you wish you could have done something, because then you're putting yourself into like um, a guilt feeling. Carrying more guilt and more emotion that doesn't need to be carried anymore. Okay, you don't need to bring any more guilt into it, or any shame, or you did what you could at the time. Unfortunately, we are sometimes not there when we need to be the most, and we always kick ourselves in the butt. We kick ourselves and say we should have been there, we should have done this, we should have done that. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas aren't going to change anything now, and so you can't put yourself in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because there's nothing that's going to end up changing anything. So letting go of that, letting go of the physical you know position that you have. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas aren't going to bring back. So don't put yourself into that guilt. Don't put yourself into you know that sense of, what is the word that I'm looking for. You get what I mean, right? Especially when you lose someone to an overdose, and you carry a lot of guilt, a lot of shame, a lot of emotional baggage um, along with it, which is very hard to let go of. You're holding yourself responsible, and there's nothing that you or I can do now that's going to bring that back, or that's going to change that. We have to accept that, the situation is as it is, and to move forward and carry forward what we got to experience while that person was still here. You know, um, and I'm sorry for your loss. I really, truly am, because I've known people. I've experienced what it's like to have somebody overdose in front of you. I've experienced that and saved people's lives before. I had this girl that had overdosed, and she was taking a bath, and she was using, and I went to use the washroom, and there was no response, there was no answer, and I needed to use the washroom really bad. So I knocked on the door, and there wasn't any answer. I had to kick the door in and basically give her mouth to mouth, and she was in the bathtub, blue, her lips were blue, and gave her CPR. And luckily, I phoned 911, and the operator said I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was freaked out. And she says, breathe for her. And I started breathing, like hyperventilating. And they said, no, breathe into her, breathe for her, and CPR. And so I had to do that and keep her in the bathtub where it was warm, that it kept her body temperature up. And they said the best thing you could have done was, leave her in the bathtub, because it kept her body temperature until the paramedics could show up, and breathing for her, keeping her airway clear and keeping her above water. And it was an experience. It was a learning lesson, and just to know that that person could have been gone if it wasn't for me stepping in and just being guided at that moment to have to go into the washroom. you know. Um, Nobody knew that she was using. Nobody even knew that she had an habit, or an addiction. She was very quiet about it, but she had fallen asleep in the tub, and luckily I was there to kind of be level-headed and help her out. Um, so carrying that guilt, or that feeling that you wish you could have done something, you know, um, is really not going to serve you any purpose. It's not going to serve you any closure. But to accept the fact that you did what you could, and that's all you could do, and not be hard on yourself. You know, don't be carrying any guilt, or any responsibility is out of your hands. It's in God's hands now, and you have to let Him go, and complete His cycle, and complete what He needs to do to understand for what He's done. He has to come to terms with being gone, being in the spirit world now, and but I don't feel that he's not going to suffer. He's not going to suffer by any means. um, he may go through a situation where he has to reflect on, because when it comes to dealing with spirit, and people in the spirit world, for me anyways, It's kind of like, it's like this dimension, but it's just kind of like, it's almost like a parallel kind of area that they get to kind of go and kind of, you know, be in. It's not like scary or anything. It's not. It's just like as if they were still walking the earth. They can either be earthbound or they can be spirit bound, and they can recycle. You know, they have a choice as to which direction they want to go. You know, he may want to remain earthbound and be, you know, here in a spiritual sense, but then he may, you know, see that you're moving on and wants to let go. That you're happy and that you're safe on your way, that you're getting and you're healing, for him to be at peace. You know what I mean? Once he knows that you're at peace, I think that he'll be able to move in a direction that's, you know, for him to, you know, take on a new journey or a new experience in the spiritual world. You know, I get a lot coming through where, you know, they come in and then they go. You know, they got their message through. They want to move on. They want to let go of the, you know, the connection to the life they lived. You know, they've come to terms with it rather quickly, and, you know, there's nothing that they can do to come back because it's permanent. It's an end. It's moving into a new dimensional space. You know, for you to be able to be reincarnated and come back, you know, the opportunities that are insurmountable for you to be able to go to and have the experience happen, right? You know, like the only thing that I fear when it comes to death is what I'm leaving behind. You know, it's not so much that I fear death, but it's that finalization that I will never see them again. You know, that I won't be able to physically attach myself and hug them. You know, I think is what fear I have, is not being able to physically be in connection with my kids, with
This is a reminder
Alexa,
for a song quiz.
cancel.
Hey, say Alexa.
Alexa, cancel. You know, and I think that's my biggest fear.
This is a reminder
Alexa,
for a song quiz.
Stop. You know, and that's the biggest fear that I have, you know, is I am getting up in age. You know, I'm 47, and, you know, I don't know how many more years I'll have here, but I cherish, you know, any time that I do get with my kids, and we don't always see eye to eye, you know, but I want to know that, you know, that they're well on their way. And I think that, you know, knowing that they're safe and sound before I do leave this planet or this life, that they're, you know, set. You know, and I think that, you know, it'll be fine for me. I will just kind of, see you later, I'm out of here, you know. I'll be more open to it, but I just worry about them, that they're going to be okay. And, you know, I don't want to be on the other side worried. I want to make sure that, you know, I can go on and move forward and, you know, come back to visit if I want to, be part of the earthbound spirit, or I can move on to my next journey or my next lifetime. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's a transition, and it's, you know, you either welcome it and welcome the opportunity of new life for this person, that they're no longer, you know, having to deal with the life of everyday life here that they were struggling with, that led to their addiction, or that led to that experience happening. You know, there's no suffering having, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you know, they're done, you know, they're moving on, you know, they can let go, and they can, you know, be, you know, flowing energy again. Um, well, the job you have is what is best and work out. So as far as your job, Regina, let's see what's going on with your job. See what's going on work related. I think that you'll find a position within the work. Like, you may find that, you know, you take your job seriously. It's almost like you have to be a different person when it comes to work, though. Like, you have one way that you have a way that you are when you're not at work. Like, you have to almost like morph into like almost like a whole different person when it comes to work, is what I'm kind of picking up here for you. That, you know, it's almost like you have to put on a, you know, another version of you to do your job, you know, but your true self is lying underneath. So it's almost like feeling that you're not able to kind of be in your own energy, that you have to, you know, be the idea of, you know, the external stuff is you, the true self, the creative self of you is kind of being masked, that you have to kind of almost put like an outward kind of costume on when it goes to work, that you're not allowing your true essence or your true direction that you want to take with your work is kind of being, you know, shielded by having to do that, right? But you don't have a lot of challenges rising up with the work. So maybe you're not feeling that your creative juices are being challenged, that you really have, you know, a purpose, or, you know, you don't really have anything to really gnawing at you. You know what I mean? When it comes to work, like you're not feeling any challenges or having to, you know, kind of move in a direction. There's not really anything that's challenging you, or it's not a challenging job that you're currently in, I think. But I feel that you don't get to let yourself kind of shine through with, you know, the potential that you have to give. You have, you know, it's almost like you're shielding it, almost like you don't want it to come out, like you're kind of reserved about, you know, expressing yourself through your work. Do you have like do you feel inferior to the male people in your workplace? Hey, Mara. I feel like, you know, you feel like you just don't have a place equal in your workplace, that's where the unsatisfaction might be coming from, is that, you know, you want to kind of be on the same level that your co-workers are on, but you feel that there's a bit of a difference between what the men do and what the women do, or the responsibilities of, you know, what men do compared to what the women do, which, you know, you can do. Maybe that's where that feeling of not being able to, you know, give your full potential, that you have so much more to give, but you're not able to express it through your work, or to be able to express it with, you know, the way that you're working, right? I think that you know, you're not nurturing yourself and nurturing, you know, you know, the potential that you have, and taking that time to kind of, you know, nurture that creative juice that you have within yourself. With the Empress card, you know, it talks a lot about nurturing, about getting back in touch with things, getting back in touch with nature, like getting back to the root of things, you know, and understanding, getting back to the root of, you know, who you are, your raw essence, your raw, you know, you know, getting back to the root of just you, and rebuilding that and expressing yourself, finding that, you know, maybe you're fearful of going back to that place, or that kind of idea of yourself. You know, you haven't been there for so long that you don't even know who that is. So maybe nurturing, getting back to the root of things, getting back to your core essence, you know, that you've kind of pushed off into a different direction. You know what I mean? So getting back to the core of things. And I think that you'll find that you'll be more successful with being able to be more creative, and, you know, being able to let your true self shine through. But I think you've kind of neglected that over the years, that it's time to kind of get back to the core of, you know, who you are and where you're headed. You know, getting back to getting to know you, and getting to know Regina, right? Remembering who Regina is, where she comes from, where, you know, her experiences have brought her to, you know, and, you know, having some validation within your life and within yourself, right? I think it's something that you need to, you know, kind of get back in touch with, you know, and then work, you know, kind of, you're working backwards to move forwards. You know what I mean? You're going backwards to to find you where you lost you, and you're picking up the pieces to move forward, a complete person. And maybe that is going to help you down that path. Okay, so hopefully that didn't kick off too much here. Hopefully that we're still going. You left the job 24 years, you're doing something totally different. Oh, so maybe that's where that changing, you know, getting back to what you're really wanting and the direction that you want to head in that I was picking up on. Okay, hopefully we didn't. So there might be a little glitch here, guys, so hang on. Okay.